Hello and welcome. If you're new here, my name's Michelle. This is my interior design YouTube channel. We talk all things interiors, tchotchkes, furniture, vintage stuff. So thanks for watching. If you've been with me a minute, you already know what I'm about to tell you, but basically I work for a company called Our House, A-R-H-A-U-S. It is a furniture and design company, so I'm a designer at a showroom. You come in, you tell me everything that you love or don't love, or I help you find those pieces, and we help you design your interior of your home. Or exterior, we also have outdoor furniture. That being said, up until a couple of weeks ago, I was working at a showroom in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is where I lived for the last 12 years. And then I saw an opportunity in San Diego where they were opening a new showroom, and my husband and I were just kind of like, well, why not? Like, we don't have kids, we, want to have an adventure, so we decided to up and move across the country, and we had 30 days to do it. So I'm going to tell you how we did it. It was with several headaches. The month of May was tedious to say the least. So we moved here with our dog and our 2 cats. Let's just get into it. Found out that I was getting the position. It all happened very quickly. I reached out to them toward the end of April. Within a couple of days, I got, the interview with my store manager here just to make sure that I would be a good fit for the team. Then like my manager and regional manager had to approve my transfer, but it all did happen really, really fast. Like faster than I really anticipated. By April 29th, I knew that I was accepted. So again, April 29th was the day that I was like, okay, shoot, I have to get here to start June 10th. I worked up until the last month of May, and then basically knew that I would have a 9-day vacation. Like I was able to take PTO to physically get here and get like a little bit settled before I started, jumping right back into work. So the rough plan was find a place to live, figure out how we're gonna get here, what stuff we were taking, weren't taking. My personal goal was to be here June 1st because selfishly it was my 30th birthday and I wanted to be like 30, flirty, and flying across the country. First thing I did was look for a place to live. So very quickly we just started looking on all of the things, apartments.com, Zillow, even Facebook Marketplace, which was so dumb. If you're looking for a place to live in a large city or just a highly populated city, Facebook Marketplace is more of the place for if you're looking for a roommate, or if you're looking to be that roommate, if you're looking to just like move into a room. That's mostly the listings that I saw on Facebook, so I wasn't really getting a lot of what I needed because we needed our own space. We were looking for was a 2-bedroom. Our max budget was like $3,500 a month, which is significantly more than what we were paying in Pittsburgh, but we knew that we would be making more money here and all of that, so that was what we figured that we could try to swing. We were hoping more down in the like 3,000 range. So that's kind of what we were looking for. Again, we wanted a 2-bedroom because we were moving across the country and we don't know anybody here. So we wanted to make sure that we would have a place for people to come and visit, family members, friends, whatever. First weekend in May, I think it was like the 5th or something, after like a week of heavy searching and calling and trying to figure out, how to land a lease. Basically, what I kept hearing time and time again was, you need to come out here. We're not gonna lease this to you unless you physically see the place in person. I don't know if that's San Diego specific, but a lot of landlords were not willing to lease us the property without having seen it first. So we hopped on a plane and we basically came out here for 24 hours that first weekend in May, and looked at 2 places. That's all we were able to get in to see. And both of them wound up not being exactly what we were looking for. The one place was really, really, really small. It was $3,300 a month in our budget, I guess. Like, the rooms were tiny. It was pretty central. We liked the neighborhood a lot, but there were just things about the house, and you can see that. I have a video, I'll put it somewhere if you want to see what that house looked like. You know, there was fuchsia tile in the kitchen. It just wasn't what we were looking for, but we almost did go for it. We almost did, because we thought we didn't have any options, and I was like, I can make it cute, I guess. But the bedrooms were so small. It was really, really small. The other place we looked at, it was a good size, you know, didn't love the neighborhood, but the house was really cool and, you know, pretty unique. There was no laundry, which I know that's silly. I was paying even more to live there. It was like $3,500 a month, and I was like, I have to have laundry. Like, I'm not gonna be lugging stuff on my days off to the laundromat. Like, I'm just not doing that. And I wasn't gonna, there were hookups. I was like, I'm not gonna buy a washer and dryer for my rental. Like, I'm just not doing that. After we got home from that trip, I saw the house that we currently live in. I immediately called the landlord and I was like, oh, look, we just got back from a weekend trip there. I'm not gonna get back out there. Please let us FaceTime, like, please. And fortunately, she did let us FaceTime after a lengthy application process. I mean, I have never needed to give more information than moving here. Like, bank statements, you know, your credit, all that normal stuff, but like, she needed a lot. And because it was the middle of May and I wanted this place so bad and I didn't want anyone else to take it, which you can watch my empty house tour, I offered to pay for half of May. The price of this place per month with water included will just, it was advertised as $29.95, but really we're paying $30.95 a month to be here, which is a lot compared to what we were paying. But again, if you compare it to the other places I was looking at, I have the same commute as those other two places, and I love my house. During that long waiting period, I was doing the research of U-Hauls versus pods versus, you know, shipping our cars. Like, what can you put in your car when you ship it? The answer is virtually nothing. You can do 100 pounds. So if you think about it as like 2 suitcases at the airport, that's not gonna move you across the country. Basically, what we came up with, our best plan, because of the 3 animals, and I have a bit of car anxiety. I don't wanna be in the car for longer than like a 4-hour trek. I could be on a bus or a train because those have bathrooms. Really what it comes down to, TMI, I have bathroom anxiety. I can't be away from a bathroom or else I think I have to go to the bathroom. So I knew that I planned to fly. We toyed around with the idea of my husband taking a car or taking the U-Haul with a car and then shipping a car. We wound up sending someone that was actually our neighbor and a mover, so it kind of worked out for us that we paid him to go across the country with the U-Haul, with the transporter that has like a truck bed on the back. I can insert a photo. And so that's how we got Elliot's truck and all of our stuff. We decided to start fresh with furniture, so we brought our bed and the bed frame, and that was it. We didn't bring any other furniture. Okay, we brought like a couple like small things, my coffee table and Elliot's drawing table. But either way, that's all we brought. Nothing to sit on, you know, and all of our stuff, which we have a lot of clothes. And to get the cats and our dog there faster, flying was the best option for us. So once our lease was booked, because I knew that I had to keep all of our money, all of our assets in our bank account, I couldn't start booking flights and all that stuff. Like, I just knew that our lease needed to be signed and paid for, and then we could start booking all of the U-Hauls and whatever. On the 16th, we signed our lease. On the 20th, so that weekend, we booked our flights. So in order to have room for all of the pets, we flew first class, which isn't that bad if you're only going one direction. Now I'm spoiled though, and I'm like, oh, I need to fly first class all of the time because it was lovely. And so on the 21st, we booked our U-Haul, which was a 10-foot truck and the transporter, like I mentioned. So once that was booked, then I knew I had to book all of our movers' accommodations along the way. So I looked at the route, the 36-hour route from Pittsburgh to San Diego, and basically I knew he could do 10 to 12 hours a day for 3 days, and then just like a 6-hour jaunt on the 4th day. He went from Pittsburgh to St. Louis to Amarillo, Texas, Amarillo to Scottsdale, Arizona, and then he had that last little leg. Now, this did not go off without a hitch. At one point, fortunately, we got like the insurance or whatever, and U-Haul has their own AAA, which we needed to use at one point because the transporter blew a tire. It's just gonna happen. They get hot, you hit something. But they came and helped our driver like in an hour. It was so fast. He was like pulled over for I think a total of 1 hour. They fixed the tire, and then he was back on the road. So that happened. I also don't know how to look at dates. Numbers are really confusing for me. I think I'm a pretty smart person, but numbers, math, even counting sometimes are hard for me. You think you can just look at a calendar and it makes sense. Not for this girl. So I booked him wrong. I gave him a gap in between. So he left Tuesday. We were supposed to get here on Saturday, and I didn't have like a place for him to stay, like his last night or something. I just did a big dummy thing. And then, like I said, I wanted to leave on June 1st, right? I wanted to have my big birthday up in the sky. We woke up at 3 a.m. I look at my phone, and guess whose flights were canceled? That's right, our flights were canceled. So we had to fly out the next day. I was so bummed because we cried so much the night before. And then I was like, okay, now I just want to go. Kind of about me today, and now it's not. My big birthday, my big 30th birthday. It was fine. It kind of worked out because then we were able to relax. He had to check in early because I skipped a day in the middle. And then when he got to San Diego, he had a whole night before, like he got in Friday and we were supposed to get in Saturday. Anyway, so I had to add a night for him in San Diego, which again, it worked out because then he wasn't rushed to go from Scottsdale to San Diego. So his flight on Saturday was like in the evening. So he got to like hang out. He got to use our cars. My car, I forgot to mention, I shipped it. So it got here so fast, so fast. 2 drivers where they just go back and forth and they just don't make any stops. So I'm pretty sure my car got here in 36 hours. I think I booked it through Amera Freight because they had good reviews, but I don't remember the name. I think it was like Misho Transportation or something. If I find out, I'll put it in the description box if you need to ship your car. They were really wonderful. Sid is his name. That was our guy. They got our stuff across the country. He left the U-Haul here in our driveway. Yes, we have a driveway. I know. He left our U-Haul and Elliot's truck here, and he took my car, because I had the guys hide the key, to the airport to catch his flight. And we had the spare. So he left the keys inside my car, locked my car. So when we got in on Sunday, we were just able to get in our car that was already parked at the airport. It was fantastic because with 3 animals, gosh, I did not want to call an Uber, okay? We had 3 pieces of luggage, which one of them, of course, was delayed. You know, typical things when you're flying and whatever. So that's how we got here in 30 days. But really we got here, I guess, 2 weeks. Because after the 16th was when I started booking everything. But I had a full month to do my research, figure out what was the best course of action for getting here. That was all I had. It was 30 days. But we did it, we're here. I already have a furnished living room, which is actually a miracle. You can watch my other videos if you want to see what I have going on so far. There's a couple pieces that I don't know when you'll see them, but you can follow me on Instagram too, because I've been posting on my stories because I'm obsessed with my space. But that's how we moved across the country in 30 days. It sucked. It was hard. If there's anything I didn't answer in this video, I'm happy to answer questions in the comments. And thank you guys for watching. I hope this was enjoyable and informative. And I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Love you. Bye.